start, 5:30 Eastern on ESPN. We're heading down to the Panhandle in Florida. USF will host Boise State. Right now, Boise State 6.5-point favorite. Total 63.5. I played USF here. Talked about this all summer. I really wanted 7 or better. So I would, if you didn't bet it already and you weren't following along in the award-winning Action Network app, I'd wait to see if a 7 pops again. If you do want to follow along on USF, humidity, weather could be an advantage here for USF early in the season. The Bulls haven't beat a ranked team since 2016. They're 0-19 over that stretch. But I think they're going to give Boise a game. Byron Brown, healthy, different offense with him. We saw how much he meant to that offense last year. It just wasn't the same. They've been recruiting well over the past couple of years. Alex Golich just has this program on the rise. I've liked who they brought in over the past 2 years. The whole secondary's back. This USF team, I just like where they're building toward. And this Boise State team, they're good, but there's no Ashton Jeanty here. It's the 7th offensive coordinator since 2019. There's still a couple spots on the offensive line, left guard, right tackle, that I have questions about. Maybe this kid, Marshall, might be the guy at wide receiver, but we'll see. There's still some questions I have with this Boise State team. And USF, just lots of seniors. I mean, look no further than that offensive line. You got 5 grad senior starters, over 115 career starts there. There are a couple questions I have with South Florida. I'm going to be watching closely. This is pretty much so many teams that we're going to talk about, but lost a 3-headed monster at running back, lost some guys that they counted on last year at wide receiver. So the skill positions, assuming Brown is healthy, will the skill positions hit early? That's what I'm watching. I've liked who they brought in, but that's kind of the biggest question. And then there's probably 2 sophomore starters in the secondary, but I like USF here, 7 or better. I'll call it right now. I think they pull out the upset. What say you in this game?
100%. They were going to be in a money line round robin. There is a 6.5 out there right now on the board. I'm probably going to take that by the time you and I get to talking. I haven't fired on it because my projection was higher, like around 10, but I think I was in the exact same position a year ago when Jeanty and this team went to Georgia Southern, and I don't know if it's the heat or what, but they couldn't tackle. And Eric Shenander is still the defensive coordinator, last that I checked. Now, I think it's a drop-off on the offensive coordinator side for Boise State, but let's be realistic here about Maddox Madsen. Everybody loves this 21-3 TD to INT rate, but 7 big-time throws to 13 turnover-worthy plays. I mean, there's smoke and mirrors in this kid's number, and I really think they have a downgraded offensive coordinator. Then you look and, who's taking up the slack for running? Sire Gaines, Malik Sherrod. I mean, are you going to be able to, fit the aggregate, the money ball of what Ashton Jeanty was? I mean, Gaines had limited carries, 20 of them 4+ yards after first contact. This is almost the same weather that we had at Georgia Southern. I mean, it's going to be humid, 88 degrees. I think that plays a factor. Plus, you mentioned South Florida, like their wide receivers, Keyshawn Singleton, 1.8 yards per route run as a freshman at South Florida last year. And a huge shout out to Chaz Nimrod, who transfers in from Tennessee, Bentonville High School kid, just like me. So a big shout out to him. But he was had some electric catches for Tennessee, and now he follows his former offensive coordinator down there. And you mentioned Byron Brown. All we need is a healthy Byron Brown. And we know that we're going to get that in this game. It's probably the last time we'll know if he's healthy. But again, I take it back to Eric Shenander because he's had problems at all of the stops, UCF, Nebraska, here. I mean, I know they get 4 of their top 5 tacklers back, but it's just a very loose, poor tackling defense. You could get some weather here and you get a bunch of South Florida players that can absolutely juke you out of your shoes. So I'm with you on this. I'm going to buy this 6.5. It just got hit. I'm buying it right now in the app. You've already got it. It's going to be a money line.
Yeah, I mean, the Boise State, I think their front 7 probably takes a step back. Secondary is all back, but they weren't great last year. I think the dog is the player. I projected close to 5. So after adjusting for everything, so I like South Florida there.